Hello Chocolatiers, welcome back to another video today. And in today's video I'm covering Clipped, a brand new miniseries on FX on Hulu that stars Lawrence Fishburne. Clipped is about the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, which is why the name of the show is Clipped, controversy about a previous owner that they had. And about how he was racist and like stuff that the team did, how it got to that point, and pretty much just scandal after scandal. Okay, and now I'm kind of iffy about this show. I didn't go into it hating it. I was actually kind of excited for it when I first saw the first trailer. I actually stopped watching the first trailer because I didn't really know anything about the controversy myself because I'm not really a big sports guy, as you can probably tell by my weight. But I was sitting here and I was thinking, I was like, okay, so I'm still going to watch the show as I'm a big Lawrence Fishburne fan. Love everything FX puts out. But to me, this is definitely on their weaker side. So you have this woman named V who works for one of the owners. Like I said, he's previous now. He doesn't work there anymore. Owners of the Los Angeles Clippers. And she's basically like his arm candy. They don't really sleep together, nothing like that. Or at least I don't think they ever did. I don't really, like I said, really don't know much about the controversy. Everything I learned was from the show. And basically she records their conversations. And I think he knows this. Like there's several points in the show was like, it's pretty clear he's being recorded. Like she has the phone like right here. Like she'll have it sitting down. And he's just like looking, he's like, yeah. And I don't know what that was for, like why he was fine with that, but he was. And so basically he tells her that, you know, he doesn't like black people. He doesn't want black people on his team, and the black people that are on there, like Blake Griffin, stuff like that are more light skinned. You know, he doesn't think they're black anyways. And so it starts controversy because he's basically giving her all kinds of money. Giving her cars, giving her a place to live, so that once again they're not sleeping together. It's more just like a father-daughter bond, and his wife's getting jealous clearly and obviously. And in the midst of all this, out of the jealousy, the wife ends up intervening and making sure that she's starting to get cut off. So she's stopping being able to come to games. She's not able to come and talk to him as much and stuff like that. So out of a fit of anger and rage, because she's watching Kim Kardashian videos, she thinks that she can be just like Kim Kardashian and get famous just like that overnight. And so she leaks these audio tapes of him saying all this racist stuff. And so it basically is kind of just a show about that. And this is where I want to get into my problems with the show. So I finished the show 2 days ago. I did not know that that was the finale. Nowhere did I see it marketed as 6 episodes. Maybe in the trailer it said that. I didn't really pay much attention to it because, like I said, I cut it off halfway because I was like, you know, I want to go open this fresh. I don't know what's going on. But like at episode 5, it doesn't feel like a penultimate like episode. Like it doesn't feel like, oh, this is leading to a climax. It just like episode 6, just even like that kind of just ends, and I was like, oh, it's over. I double checked and I was like, no, it's 6 episodes. There's nothing next week. And I was like, oh. It's not even like one of those miniseries like when it goes off, like it shows you, oh, this is what the real people look like. You know, this is what happened to them. Like, no, it just ends, goes off. And I was like, okay. So first I'm going to get into some positives before I get into some more negatives about the show. Lawrence Fishburne gives a great performance as always. Didn't expect anything less from him. Playing the very famous coach. Cannot think of his name. I don't know sports, I'm sorry. But I have heard of him though. I just can't think of the name right now. I have heard of him. I do know. I'm not that dumb as far as sports goes. And the girl who plays V, the woman who's the non-mistress of the man that's getting all his money, she does a good job. And I'd also say the man that plays the ex-owner is really good. They really do good jobs with what they're given. But that's my problem. It's what they're given. This plot's kind of all over the place. So I feel like the first episode should have been different. So like around episode 3 or 4, I believe, might have been 5. It's very late into the season, okay? You get a random episode showing her how she started doing this stuff. And I feel like that should have been maybe not necessarily episode 1 because you want to get people hooked. Because it is a slower episode. It's kind of got some crazy stuff they do. But it should have definitely been at least episode 2 or 3. And it's just kind of weird that this show just feels staggered like that. Like Lawrence Fishburne's character gets some background into him because he is witnessing race riots and stuff like that and crazy shit going on. And he is an NBA player at the time, and he's like, oh shit, I should say something about this. And it's good stuff that they're saying, like politically and socially and like, whatever. But as far as a show though, it just wasn't as good pacing wise. Like, I feel like even like his character arc, I'm not saying it was bad, but it just wasn't, whatever. And even like that, we learned something big about his life in the last episode, in like the last 2 minutes of the show. And I was like, I get what he's saying, but I just wish that they would have showed more. There's so much of the show I wish they would have showed more, wish they'd have done more. Even like the trial itself, I know a trial like this would be shorter, but it's literally like 10 minutes in the episode. Actually, I think it's the episode before the finale. Just like I said, just it's like a bunch of nothing. I thought it was going to be more like, oh man, this scandal's happening. We're going to get into why she's doing this and that, not just one episode of why she did it. I figured, which I know you can't really blame the story that much because it is what happened in real life, at least for the most part of what I think. But it's just one of those shows that just, I don't know. Like, I don't really know what to say. Like, it's not bad. It's got good acting. The episodes themselves weren't bad. There were some episodes where I laughed a little bit, where I was like, oh, that's a touching moment. Stuff like that. But there's a lot of the show that I feel like either could have been cut or stuff that need to be definitely extended upon. Like, even like that, they kind of get into the players' thoughts, like Blake Griffin and some others. But even with that, they get into their thoughts 1 or 2 episodes, and it's just them saying or doing a few things. I feel like even like that, they didn't get into any of their home lives. Like, how did their families think about this? Did they want them to go out there? I just feel like there's things that you could have done because the topic matter of, the owner being racist. It was just weird that they didn't cover it. But I don't know, it's just kind of the theme because I do like the theme of the fact that if you have enough money, you can kind of get away with everything because even to this day, which I know you can't go to jail for that clearly, but outside of him losing the team, he's still got millions. They're still just chilling, and they kind of just doing whatever they want to, and that's kind of just how it is when you have money. And I did like aspects of that in the show because that's pretty true, it's pretty honest, it's brutal. But outside of that, I just feel the show should have done much more. I feel like there should have been more things shown, more things done. There's side characters that serve no point that's just in the show. I don't know if it's just to be like, hey, this cool sports guy's in it. Like I said, I don't watch sports. I don't know. But it's not an awful show. It's only 6 episodes, so if you do want to give it a watch, it's on FX. Like I said, it's on Hulu. 6 episodes. If you're a sports fan, you probably have already watched it. You probably love it. As far as me, I don't hate it. I just kind of like it. It's just okay. It's like in that middle range. It's not going to be one of my favorite shows of the year like I thought it might have been, but it's definitely not one of the worst things I've seen this year, and it's definitely pretty good as far as acting and everything else goes. It's just plot, they kind of lose me halfway through. They really had me in those first 2-3 episodes, but episode 4, 5, 6 just kind of let me down. Everything that they do is just kind of like they're setting up clearly for the trial, and then it's just kind of boring. Like, everything else is just kind of boring in the final half. But yeah, with that, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on this show. Let me know if you've seen this show. Do you disagree with me? Do you watch sports? If you do, please tell me if this is accurate. Was the show accurate to like what happened? I looked up what happened to the girl, and I think she's like just not in the spotlight. And I think she was shown somewhere like at some charity like a couple years ago, but she pretty much just doesn't go out now. And I looked up what happened to the rich people, but outside of that, I haven't looked up anything else. I know Blake Griffin's still playing ball, stuff like that. But just let me know if the actual trial, everything else was pretty accurate. And I would like to know that. And with that, hope that you guys like and subscribe for more. And I hope you guys like the video. And I will catch you guys on the next one.
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.